Audio 4.1 1.
You should have heard Kevin from accounts this morning.
Why? What was it this time?
Well, he came down here to use the photocopier and somebody had left it jammed again.
Uh-oh. What did he say?
Well, you can imagine. Who did this? Is anyone going to own up? As if anyone was going to confess with him going on like that.
I bet I know who's to blame for it. That Michael. He's useless with machines.
I really don't feel any of us can be held responsible. We all know the machine's at least 10 years old. They need to get a new one. Simple as that.
2.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to English Now. I'm the welfare officer here, and my name's Maria. I'm responsible for everything to do with your accommodation and also things like health, banking, and so on. If you have any problems with your host family or need to know anything about local transport or where to get a SIM card for your mobile phone, I'm the person to see. I'm also in charge of reservations for the social program, so if you want to sign up for any of the trips or activities on offer, come and let me know.
3.
Well, Scott, the reason I've called you in today is that we'd like you to take care of the Miller account from now on.
Miller? But that's one of our biggest customers.
Indeed, which is why we feel you're the man for the job. You'll answer to Melanie, and you need to keep her informed about what's going on. But you're trustworthy and reliable, and we know we can count on you to get the job done.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I mean, thanks. It's a real vote of confidence. Yes, I'd be delighted to take it on. I hope I don't let you down.
I'm sure you won't.
Audio 4.2 1.
I think there's something wrong with the remote control.
You mean you've dropped it again? Do you have to be so?
2.
I'm not happy about you driving tonight. The roads are really icy.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Well...
3.
Just look at you! Green hair, long black clothes, and all that jewellery. Whatever will the neighbours think?
People should judge you on the person you are, not what you look like. As for the neighbours...
4.
Right, so apart from the salary, what benefits are there?
OK, so as part of the package, you get 4 weeks holiday, free parking, and private.
Audio 4.3 1.
Could you tell us a bit about your job?
Well, I'm a warden at a sheltered housing complex. That's a kind of supported residential option for older people. The people who live here are all retired. They all have their own flat and they don't tend to have any major healthcare issues. But they're also reaching a point in their lives when it's kind of comforting to have someone available, just in case they have any difficulties. I'm on duty 3 nights a week. I have a colleague who covers other nights, and I'm around during the day. I don't go round unless I'm asked, but the residents know that I'm on hand should they need anything. This can be small things like helping them change a light bulb, or taking care of minor maintenance jobs that need to be done, say if something gets broken, through to helping in the event of some kind of medical emergency.
OK, so you're in what could be termed a caring profession. What does caring mean to you?
Well, in this job, I think it's about allowing people to have their independence, but knowing that there is somebody who does care and is there if they need it.
And the qualities needed for your job?
Well, you need to be patient. You need to be a good listener. Some people in this situation can be a little lonely, but I think you also need to have respect for people's independence and privacy. Yes, I think that's the most important thing, really.
2.
What do you do?
I'm a human resources manager. I have a background in psychology and I was hired because of this. So although HR, human resources, could be seen as just part of a business, for me it's very much a caring profession.
And what does your job entail?
Well, we work in various different areas like recruitment, taking on new staff, contracts, staff development and so on. But I think one of the most important things for me is staff welfare, making sure that people feel good and are looked after, because I think happy people will do their job better. We encourage our staff to come in and talk about any problems or concerns they may have, and these tend to be work-related, contracts, pay and so on, but sometimes staff members come and talk to me about more personal matters, other things that might be having an impact on their work.
So what does caring mean to you?
I think being a good carer is about being a good listener. I think it's important to listen well and to be present. That is, not distracted by your own stuff when someone's talking to you.
OK, so apart from that, are there any other qualities you need in this job?
The other thing is total discretion. People often talk about very personal or private issues. My relationship with them is a professional one, so it's important to keep that conversation private and to be careful that anything they say is treated in complete confidence.
Audio 4.4.
I'm on duty 3 nights a week. I have a colleague who covers other nights, and I'm around during the day. I don't go round unless I'm asked, but the residents know that I'm on hand should they need anything.
Audio 4.5.
According to a nurse who works with elderly people, there is a pattern of things they commonly regret when they look back on their life. Every male patient she met shared the same wish. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. They felt they always put work before wives and children and regretted missing out on their children's youth. Another commonly shared feeling was, I wish I'd stayed in touch with friends. People felt they'd been so focused on their own lives and responsibilities that they'd let good friendships slip by over the years. The most frequently expressed wish was, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Many people had ignored their own feelings in order to satisfy the wishes of others. As a result, they had a strong sense of frustration that so many of their dreams had gone unfulfilled.
Audio 4.6.
Understanding word boundaries.
1,
When one word finishes in a consonant sound and the next starts with a vowel sound, we often join the words together. For example, it's all about.
2,
When one word finishes in d or t and the next starts with a consonant, we usually omit the d or t. For example, just perfect.
3,
When one word finishes in a vowel sound and the next starts with a vowel sound, we insert y, r, or w. For example, the other, care of, do it.
Audio 4.7.
Oh, I meant to tell you. I read this great blog post the other day. It was just perfect for you.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, it was on a blog called The Freedom Experiment by this life coach.
Life coach makes me suspicious straight away.
No, listen. It's all about getting rid of your to-do list and doing uninhibited and liberating things instead.
Audio 4.8.
Now, you just keep your hands off my to-do list.
Okay. Now, there are some things that I know you're not going to like.
Like what?
Like invent an illness and call in sick.
Yeah, you're right. That's just irresponsible.
Or climb a tree and sit there all day.
Right.
Yeah, but there are also some good ones.
Such as?
Let's see. Throw out your TV. Now, you've been saying for ages how much time we waste watching nonsense.
Well, that's true enough.
Okay, here's another. Drop at least one obligation. I mean, we all go round worrying about all our responsibilities, and half the time we don't even stop to question the things we do.
Yeah, you've got a point.
Now, what about this one, number 77? Jump on a train to somewhere, anywhere. I like the spontaneity of that. Just go to the station and see where fate takes you.
Yeah, but don't you think this is all a bit, I don't know...
Carefree? Adventurous?
No, I was thinking more on the lines of reckless or frivolous.
Oh, lighten up a bit. You only live once.
Audio 4.9.
Yeah, but don't you think this is all a bit, I don't know...
Carefree? Adventurous?
No, I was thinking more on the lines of reckless or frivolous.
Oh, lighten up a bit. You only live once.
Audio 4.10. 1.
Thought about this, and the only solution is to reduce costs, and relocating the whole company to our northern office is the best way to do that.
But that's nearly 500 kilometres away. Some of the staff in this office have been with the company since the 1980s. Their lives and the lives of their families are in this city. You can't just suddenly expect them to move to the other end of the country. There must be an alternative.
I'm afraid I think you're missing the point here. If we don't do something, the whole company will go under.
Perhaps if I could just say something here. It's nearly 4 o'clock now. That means we have another hour and I'm keen to make a decision today. So perhaps if we just take a short break and then we can come back with a clear...
2.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for your offer. I'm certainly interested in the opportunity. I just have a small problem with the conditions.
Could you expand on that a little, Graham?
Sure. Well, in my current post, I actually get 24 days leave a year, whereas you're offering 20.
I'm afraid 24 days is out of the question.
Okay, well, do we have any room for negotiation here?
We could maybe take it up to 22. I could put that to Human Resources and see what they think.
I'd be very grateful if you could. Now, in terms of my salary, I was thinking that maybe...
Audio 4.11.
I'm not sure we can accept that.
If I could add something at this point?
We'd like to make a decision at this meeting.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Would you be open to a reduction in...
No, I don't see that at all.
That could work for us.
Audio 4.12. 1.
He's really dependable and trustworthy. If he says he'll do something, he will.
2.
OK, I admit it. It was me who left the printer on all weekend. I'm sorry.
3.
OK, so the emergency team are the people who have to coordinate in the event of a fire, for example. It's up to them to call the police and fire brigade, evacuate the building, and check everyone is out.
4.
If you don't look enthusiastic, how can you expect your team to feel excited about their work? I'm sorry, but I think the problem with motivation in the department is really down to you.
5.
So if you need a room for a meeting or anything, the person you have to speak to is Joe.
6.
Don't let me down here. I told the others you'll definitely have the report finished by Monday, and I'm depending on you to do so.
Audio 4.13.
The first patient to be treated with antibiotics was a policeman in Oxford who developed sepsis after he pricked himself on a rose.
Audio 4.14.
Dull. Peaceful. Adventurous. Reckless. Slim. Underweight. High risk. Challenging. Curious. Nosy. Frivolous. Carefree.